So something unfolded yesterday that I absolutely did not see coming. Keemstar has been canceled for the 4,937,482nd time. And I believe this is actually multiple cancellations that he's racked up from K-pop stans as it is right now. I'm pretty sure he's had beef with K-pop stans for years. I might be wrong on that though. But a situation recently unfolded here on YouTube and over on Twitter pretty much simultaneously that basically led to Keemstar and another YouTuber by the name of Void to trend on Twitter. It actually trended the person that they referenced in the video. And it created an absolute just firestorm of hatred, toxicity, etc. on social media last night. Now, before we get any further into the video, I just want to say that nearly half of you watching have yet to subscribe. I try to post multiple videos per day to keep you entertained, so consider leaving a like to help support and subscribe with notifications on so you never miss anything. Also, all of my socials are on the screen right now, so consider leaving a follow on these for more awesome content, and also consider grabbing a shirt if you're really awesome. Now to the rest of the video. What I'll be referencing mostly in this YouTube video is a K-pop diss track that was released as a collaboration, once again, between the YouTubers Void and Keemstar. Now, Void, from what I know, basically makes music, makes diss tracks and these songs and whatnot. Mostly parodies or like comical songs, but of course, if you don't know who Keemstar is, the host, founder of Drama Alert, one of probably the most influential YouTubers of all time at this point. Pretty much world-renowned and hated by like 80% of the internet, it seems like. Keemstar has been attempted to be canceled so many different times. He's had this big beef with H3H3 for pretty much about a year now. There's been obvious feuds with other YouTubers like iDubbbz with the Content Cop and stuff in the past. But this is the new fresh Keemstar situation slash drama that has unfolded. So the K-pop stans diss track featuring Keemstar came out yesterday, and pretty much immediately it caused a big ruckus, right? People were already mad about it from the moment that it came out. As it stands today, the video has gotten 300,000 views. It has a like-to-dislike ratio of 8,000 likes with 39,000 dislikes. One of the worst ratios I think I've ever seen like-to-dislike wise. Has nearly 31,000 comments on it, pretty much all of which are universally hating on Keemstar and Void and criticizing the contents of the song. Now, you're probably sitting here like, Optimus, well, what was wrong, right? Well, first off, they made a song against K-pop stans, right? Which K-pop stans are known for like this very toxic side of their community that pretty much anytime anything is criticized in the industry, any artists are criticized, even to the point where, like, people are celebrating the accomplishments of other artists and stuff in other genres, they will go under the comments and basically make fucking fools of themselves. Now, of course, this isn't all K-pop stans. There's a lot of really, actually good K-pop stans. I was surprised to find out that there were some K-pop stans that followed me, and every interaction that I've had with those ones, and, you know, other K-pop stans from time to time, it's been pretty positive, okay? But there is, of course, a very toxic subsection of their fan bases that basically act out anytime something happens, right? And this song was criticized, of course, for the fact that it targeted K-pop, right? There was a lot of people mad about that, but the real, I guess, information that really pissed everybody off, I guess, about this song slash this video was it was perceived as making fun of the tragic suicide of one of the larger K-pop artists that I can think of, which was Junghoon, I believe is how you pronounce his name, which I'm pretty sure I remember actually when that happened. It led to a lot of criticism of the K-pop industry, which a lot of the criticism is that in the K-pop industry, you know, these people, they sign contracts to these record labels, and then they're essentially treated like slaves. I mean, they're forced to choreograph and dance for hours on end without breaks. The amount of work that they have to put into tours and to new albums and music has been criticized extremely heavily. It's been a lot of stuff that people have talked about for a long time now. Honestly, there's probably people out there that can explain this stuff much better to you than I can, but that's my understanding of the situation. But in this video slash, I guess, diss track or whatever to K-pop stans, they referenced, I guess, the suicide of this artist, and they also apparently showed funeral photos. In the frame of the video, you can see people crying in the crowd, the pallbearers carrying the casket, a picture of the artist, I guess, performing, which is obviously, it's sad, right? Like, I don't think anyone really should be celebrating somebody's suicide or anything like that. I think that's messed up. Now, that's how this whole thing was kind of perceived, right? They perceived this line in particular as being extremely disrespectful because of, number one, showing the funeral photos and, like, the reactions, and then saying, you know, I wonder why lately, man, they're all committing suicide. Now, it got to the point where over on Twitter, K-pop stans were actually bringing up apparently the fact that Keemstar's mother had passed away. I didn't know that, actually. Apparently, Keemstar's mom is dead. They constantly were bringing that up to him. There was claims that they were trying to, like, dox Void and dox Keemstar. Now, there was actually plenty of formal responses by Keemstar. I mean, there was like 30 different videos and tweets that he put out. He was responding directly to people. He made the claim, from at least my understanding here, he didn't know about that line, okay? Apparently, he had been approached, I guess, by like Void or whatever. They asked him to do a part for the song or whatever, or to like be a part of the project, and then the parts that they made, which that was kind of, I guess, involving the whole suicide thing, he hadn't really heard or known about any of that beforehand. Now, obviously, I don't know if that's true. I wasn't involved in the song or anything like that. I think I mean, honestly, that sounds pretty reasonable, right? As someone who's collaborated with YouTubers in the past, there's been plenty of times where I send in a segment for a video or whatever, and I do my part, and I don't even see their part of the video until it's uploaded. So that is definitely, I think, a very reasonable thing right now. That kind of, I guess, pins all the blame more or less back onto Void or whatever in this situation, but they actually also formally responded in this situation, which I'm going to go ahead and play now.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Void here, and today we're going to be talking about the K-pop stans diss track controversy and the shitstorm us and Keemstar have been going through over the past hours. So basically, Keemstar collabed with us on this song. He sent his lyrics to us. We put them together with ours and edited it and put it all together. When Keemstar sent his lyrics to us, he did not see the edit and he did not see our part. So he just sent his clips and that was it. That was literally it. Keemstar didn't know about our part or the edit. So Keemstar, I don't know why everyone's on Keemstar. But anyways, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so like you said, bro, Keemstar had no knowledge of, nor did he write or rap any of the bars y'all got a problem with. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is the bars that y'all got a problem with us. So, like, you want to play them real quick?
Yeah, here we go.
So they know exactly what we're talking about.
On that bitch and erase him. Ha, these finger flickers, they won't favor no fist fight. What these corporations doing to these kids, this ain't right. Smashing on the motherfucking beat like I'm all mad. I wonder why lately, man, they all committed suicide stands all around me. I can't fucking play K-pop.
All right. So, guys, what I'm saying, right? These corporations that ain't treating these kids right. I wonder why lately, man, they all committed suicide. All right, we're talking about Kim here in specific because that's the picture that was used and that's what everybody's so mad about, right? So a lot of y'all stands, right? When he committed suicide, a lot of y'all were blaming the over-competitiveness and the pressure of the K-pop industry on his death, bro. And what I was doing in that bar right there, I was literally saying these corporations that ain't treating these kids right, I wonder why lately, man, they all committed suicide. I'm clearly stating that the pressure and the anxiety induced by these corporations that run these K-pop and idol groups is the reason for why they're committed suicide. And I'm saying it's wrong. I'm calling them out, and that's why I'm making a diss track on them. In no way, shape, or form am I mocking anybody's suicide. That is completely ludicrous. And the bars where I'm talking about, you know, the strict diets that they're given, I'm not making fun of eating disorders in any way, shape, or form. I'm simply just talking about these strict diet regimens given from the corporations to the K-pop people that they gotta eat, which are, you know, maybe a piece of bread and water a day, like it's super unhealthy, and that they have these specific, you know, body forms. And, you know, the problem is that y'all just can't take criticism in any way, shape, or form. And the second somebody says something about K-pop you don't like, you're like, racism, xenophobia. You can't take one fucking minute to realize that maybe something's wrong with the K-pop industry.
So as you could see there, they try to clear the air a little bit. They try to, I guess, make some points to, I guess, calm everything down here, right? Because, you know, they also received a lot of shit. They received a lot of hate in this situation. I think the real problem, I guess, with this whole thing, right, is like, they kind of targeted it more or less towards the fan, right? Like the K-pop diss track fan diss track, right? I completely butchered that, but you get what I'm saying, right? But yet they're making the claim that, you know, oh, we're criticizing the industry, you know, we're criticizing the hardships that people suffer when they sign these contracts, things like that. I don't know if it would have totally made a difference with these people if it was like titled differently or I guess portrayed differently, but when it comes down to like that line about the suicide, right? I'm pretty conflicted on it, you know, because on one hand, when you're doing a diss track, like, the point of doing a diss track is to be as fucking disrespectful, over the line, like, savage as possible. The whole point is to, like, draw, you know, I guess, like, an outrage or, like, a reaction from what you've said in the song. I mean, anyone who's a fan of rap like me, the best, I should say, diss tracks of all time are super fucking disrespectful. They're extremely personal. They target shit that most people wouldn't say anything about, right? But obviously, this is a bit different context, right? Like, this was guaranteed gonna piss people off, and if I were making something like this, would I have included this? Probably not. I probably would not include a line like this, and I definitely would not have included the funeral images or anything like that. But I mean, there's two sides to that, right? Obviously, it was very disrespectful. Most people wouldn't say something about that, but that's also, like, the point of a diss track, is to say shit that people wouldn't say or fucking even touch with a 10-foot pole. Overall, I think that this is a controversy that's going to last, outrage-wise, about 48 hours max before people find something else to be pissed about. And Keemstar, you know, they keep saying, oh, we're going to cancel Keemstar over this. No, you're not. You know, no, you're not. People have tried to cancel Keemstar so many times at this point that, like, he might as well just write a handbook on how to survive cancel culture, because if there's pretty much one person on the internet that I would deem uncancelable, it really might just be Killer Keemstar. I mean, the dude's been in so many fucking controversies. He's gotten himself into so much shit, and it doesn't matter. He still moves on, and 6 months later, he's probably, if not in the same position, doing better, right? Like, I don't know. Plus, I don't know if you guys know the personal aspect of Keemstar here, but dude is rich as fuck, right? Like, he owns multiple properties. From what I know, he has, like, a vacation home. Dude is definitely sitting on money. Like, you can't really cancel someone in that position, from my humble opinion, I guess. I know most people don't give a fuck, but how are you going to cancel somebody who can just go to a different house every day of the week? I don't know about Void, if the cancellation can really hit them. I'm not really sure. I think, if anything, this has actually gotten them more attention. But I really don't think this is going to be seen as a huge deal in even a couple days. So, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, watching Keemstar and Void get canceled, quote unquote, and signing out.